our number one fan here, Genevieve. What have you enjoyed so far about this weekend?
Well, first of all, it's definitely my first stop is always the culture stand. And I trust all the guests they do bring to us and introduce us to all the stars of our industry. And I think that is the most important thing for me, to pass then that all to the young generation and to my clients. So really that's how it works for me.
I've got Edward and his lovely model, and I've got Marquez and his lovely model.
Hello.
Hello. And now we're coming together for cultureTV. We know you both love to appear on our little channel. Now, Mark, tell us...
Anything else?
Of course. No BBC, nothing like that.
No.
Yeah. So what look did you do for us today?
Okay, well, Sandra's hair. We're kind of very inspired when we come to Australia, working together, doing all these kind of interesting things. And we've kind of moved into this kind of idea of a step in the hair, which is kind of something we haven't really done for sort of 20 or 30 years, really. So we're kind of bringing it back, reviving it, really. The cyclical nature of fashion, yes. So we've got this kind of really beautiful, dramatic line that runs along the cheekbone. As always, you know, accentuating bone structure, the idea of the concept of hair design, and then a little bit of sort of undercutting through both sides. So and then we just have the peak of weight through the front, so we've got a little sort of short side as well.
Now on the other side of me, Edward. Less is more. Now, Edward, did you do the colour?
Yes, I did both on the colours, really. And I suppose when we come to sort of colouring these shapes, we're really working with what we call shape and balance, which is sort of to bring out the haircut and sort of add to that shape that's in there. So if we start with Sandra's, basically, I'm sure Mark will show you as he sort of flicks it down, we've just gone with this sort of very soft charcoal grey lines running through it, but really sort of working in the areas that Mark's cut it to take this sort of very strong line through there and sort of diffuse it slightly. And yes, on Indra's hair, basically, obviously, very much of a darker version. And obviously, when you've got a darker base, the accents are never going to look as strong. But you can sort of see we've gone there with this, like, very sort of shiny navy blue sort of tone sitting through the front, which is just sort of going to break up that fringe slightly.
This afternoon, we have the great honour to be getting up close and personal with Mark Hayes, who is the International Creative Director for Vidal Sassoon, has been now for the last 5 years. In some respects, Sassoons, which always had the purity at the essence of everything you did, you know, precision hair cutting, you know, every hair in its place, no razors to be used, and so on and so forth. And that still is your essence. But during this period of the 80s and so on, fashion was kind of travelling in a different direction. Did Sassoon have a struggle at that time to remain relevant?
I think in some ways you're quite right. It was tricky because I think if you've got that very pure essence to your work, I think if you're very strict with obviously, as you say, we don't use razors, round brushes, tongs, any form of thermal styling apart from a hairdryer and a half round brush, that's it. So it's kind of, it is very polarising, I think. You know, I think people either love what we do or they hate it. It's not in the middle.